Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacquelyn Lopez, and today I have two succulent and cacti arrangements for you. These are from the Dollar Tree. I do want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified every time that I post a new video. Let's just get right into it. The supplies for the first one are going to be some succulents. Again, most of them are from the Dollar Tree, a solar stake, a vessel in which to do your arrangement. In this case, I am using this small furnace that we got from Sam's Club, and floral foam. First of all, we are protecting our area because this will scratch my table, but I want to do kind of the spilling out arrangement. That's why I chose this one that has the opening in the front and one at the top. So I'm going to start by adding some floral foam and our solar stake. The solar stake I'm going to insert at the top, and kind of where the light of the candle would be. I did choose this small thin one so that it would have space at the top and the light would still come out from around it. Okay, because I do want the spilling out arrangement, I'm going to use this pick that I got from Hobby Lobby. I think it's called Burro's Tail. And I'm going to separate it so that I have more to work with. I'm going to save these smaller ones. And then these are the rest of the succulents that I'm going to be using. I'm removing them from their pots, removing the clips, and trimming down the stems if needed. And now I'm going to play around with kind of what I want the layout to be, because again, I want that coming out of my pot look. In doing so though, I make some mistakes, and I always like to show that in my videos, because making the mistakes is what sometimes help me with my end product. For example, here I was trying to use, just one piece of foam. It does come in a pack of 4 from the Dollar Tree, and I do end up using 2 more, so a total of 3. I even tried the circle one back there in the corner because I always have dry or wet floral foam as part of my DIY stash, and that didn't work out. But through my mistakes, again, I did end up using this other piece and inserting it the opposite way, which has some of it coming out, which does help again with the look of the succulents spilling out of my furnace. And you can still achieve the same look by turning over a pot, or maybe doing it inside of a terrarium, the ones that have the front opening. And here is kind of the final layout of the bottom succulents. I'm going to go back in and add the longer piece of my Burro's tail. And now for these ones, they do have a shorter stem. I'm going to go back in and add some hot glue just to keep them from moving. And I do want to remind you, and kind of as a suggestion, you can add hot glue to your floral foam to keep it from coming out. I've been pretty successful with mine, even though they're individual pieces, they're not moving. And now I'm going to go in with the smaller pieces of Burro's tail and just fill in any empty spaces so that you can't see any of the floral foam. And here is my completed arrangement. I absolutely love this. I love the way it turned out. I'm going to show you what it looks like outside, and I can't show you at night, but the light does come out from the top. Not as bright as I would like it, but still very pretty. Now on to our second arrangement. You are going to need a planter or vessel of your choice, some filler rock. I have this black and this white one, some floral foam, and any cacti or succulents of your choice. These are the ones that I'm using, and they are all from Dollar Tree. Now we're going to start with our vessel. For this one, I am using this kind of chicken feeder looking one from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to trim down some floral foam to fit at the bottom. I do want to suggest to cut it in half because you don't want it to be too tall. You do want some space for your filler, and so that your filler doesn't spill over. Now I'm going to remove the succulents from their planter, and let me tell you, these are stuck up in there. It was so hard to get them to come off. I even ripped some, so I ended up using some skewers and just sticking them in where they had their original picks, which they were just like toothpicks. So the skewers worked just fine. Now I'm scoring it because this is a long barbecue skewer, and then I'm just ripping it off. And I do the same to all of them, including this different one. I'm going to remove the stem it came with and just add a skewer so that I could shorten it. For this little one, it has just a tiny little stub, and that'll be good enough. Now I'm going to play for a long time on the setup of these cacti. It'll all be dependent on the type of planter you are using, because this one is long, it is a little bit different, but usually it's good to follow the rule of biggest first and then you work in with the smaller filler ones. But all of these are about the same size, with the exception of the spiky green one in the back. But from the beginning, I always knew that I wanted these spiky ones on either ends, just so that visually it was a little bit more appealing. And then from that point on, it's going to be 100% what you think looks best. And this is the final layout I'm going for. Now it's time for our filler. I'm using these two different ones. It's a white and like a black gray that are in different sizes. These are from Target. I did buy them when they were on clearance for 30 cents. But Dollar Tree does have some very pretty filler rocks that you could use as well. Now I'm just using two different sizes because that's what I had on hand. I don't think that it makes it look better or worse if you do or don't. One thing I do want to suggest if you're using two different ones is add them in little by little. Don't use all of your small and then all of your large, or vice versa. They will mix better and look more organic if you do them little by little, and then you shake it up so that they settle in at the bottom and mix together. I don't suggest using moss because that will not look what you would find in an actual cacti garden. And now here is my finished little cacti garden. Again, I absolutely love this one. I love cacti, and I love these more because these won't prick me and won't get stuck to my finger. I'll tell you the story later, but I hope that you enjoyed this little tutorial and that it inspires you to create your own. Leave me a comment down below which one was your favorite. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you and have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.